Indonesia's accelerating transformation into a future maritime power is not simply a matter of acquiring new ships. It reflects a profound shift in how the country understands its place in the Indo-Pacific region and the role it intends to play in the decades ahead. As the world's largest archipelagic state, straddling some of the most critical sea lanes on the planet, Indonesia possesses the geographic foundations for a navy far more capable than a coastal defense force. The recent arrival of Italian-built PPA vessels and growing indications that Jakarta is considering the acquisition of a former Italian aircraft carrier highlight a deeper, strategic reorientation. These developments resonate strongly inside Indonesia because they touch on national identity, maritime destiny, and regional leadership. The PPA-class represents an evolutionary leap for the Indonesian Navy. Although delivered in a light configuration, without their full suite of long-range missiles and advanced air defense systems, these vessels already provide Indonesia with modern platforms capable of extended operations. Their endurance, efficiency, and hull design optimized for long missions signal a deliberate shift away from short-range patrol duties. Once fully equipped with surface-to-air and surface-to-surface missiles, sophisticated decoy systems, and electronic warfare suites, these ships will no longer be mere patrol assets. They will be the backbone of Indonesia's emerging ability to project presence, deter threats, and shape events far beyond its territorial waters. This represents not just capability acquisition but a philosophical shift. Indonesia intends to act on the regional stage, not just defend its shoreline. Even more symbolic is the potential acquisition of the former Italian aircraft carrier Garibaldi. 20 years ago, the idea of Indonesia operating an aircraft carrier seemed unrealistic. Today, it appears increasingly plausible and strategically sound. An Indonesian carrier would not primarily be a symbol of military ambition but a flexible, multi-role platform. It could function as a mobile base for humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, a helicopter hub for maritime surveillance, a forward platform for special operations forces, and possibly, over time, a launching deck for fixed-wing aircraft. In Asia, operating an aircraft carrier places a country in a distinct strategic tier, alongside India, Japan's large TOVL-capable ships, and South Korea's planned carrier program. Indonesia is now approaching this level of capability and strategic relevance. Geography gives Indonesia both responsibility and opportunity. Situated astride the Malacca, Sunda, and Lombok straits, three of the world's most vital maritime choke points, the country lies directly on the arteries of global trade. A navy capable of operating in blue water environments dramatically enhances Indonesia's ability to secure these routes, protect its exclusive economic zone, and prevent incursions in contested areas such as the Natuna region. In an era marked by intensifying strategic rivalry, controlling or even influencing these sea lines of communication means possessing leverage, diplomatic, economic, and security-related. Indonesia's emerging fleet, therefore, is not just a military asset but a tool of national influence. A comparison with the Philippines highlights the divergence of strategic paths. Manila is in the early stages of revitalizing a navy that suffered decades of underinvestment. Its focus remains primarily on coastal defense and short-range combat capability. Indonesia, by contrast, is building platforms designed for endurance, range, and sustained operations far from home ports. This is not a pursuit of prestige for its own sake but a reflection of Indonesia's maritime geography and its self-perceived role as a stabilizing power within ASEAN. Indonesia is positioning itself as the region's naval anchor, capable of responding to crises, shaping maritime security norms, and engaging widely with external partners. A key pillar of this transformation is Indonesia's growing domestic industrial capability. The work carried out by PT PAL demonstrates more than national pride, it represents strategic autonomy. Through technology transfer-based programs such as the construction of Scorpion-class submarines, Indonesian shipbuilders and engineers are gaining expertise in complex naval manufacturing processes, acoustic design, propulsion system integration, and combat system architecture. Over time, this will significantly reduce Indonesia's dependence on foreign suppliers and enhance resilience in the event of geopolitical tension, embargoes, or supply chain disruption. Domestic production is not simply an economic policy but a long-term strategic hedge. Simultaneously, Indonesia is expanding its web of maritime partnerships. It hosts and participates in major multilateral exercises such as Komodo, bringing together dozens of navies for humanitarian cooperation, maritime security training, and interoperability practice. Bilateral exercises with India highlight deepening alignment on Indo-Pacific maritime issues, while cooperation with European defense industries has evolved beyond procurement into strategic industrial collaboration. Working with Italy, France, the United Kingdom, and India reflects Indonesia's multi-vector defense diplomacy, a deliberate choice to engage broadly without becoming dependent on any single major power. This contrasts sharply with the Philippines, which relies heavily on its alliance with the United States for security guarantees. Indonesia instead pursues a strategy of independent balancing, maintaining relations with all major actors while preserving freedom of maneuver. Looking toward the 2030 to 2040 horizon, Indonesia's naval development could fundamentally reshape its maritime identity. A fleet composed of modern frigates, multi-role patrol vessels, advanced submarines, long-range surveillance assets, and potentially an aviation-capable carrier group would enable the country to maintain continuous, far-reaching security operations. These capabilities would allow Indonesia to lead anti-piracy missions in the Indian Ocean, conduct humanitarian relief operations in the Pacific, participate in coalition maritime security structures, and maintain a consistent strategic presence across Southeast Asian waters. In such a future, Indonesia would evolve from being one of many naval actors in ASEAN to becoming the region's maritime stabilizer, a nation whose naval presence reassures, rather than threatens, its neighbors. Ultimately, Indonesia's pursuit of a blue-water navy is an expression of national strategy and maritime maturity. It is not a militaristic expansion but the acceptance of geographic responsibility. For Indonesia, the ocean is not a boundary but a pathway, not an obstacle, but an opportunity. Its future influence, prosperity, and security depend as much on the waters that surround it as on the land it governs. By investing in modern naval capabilities, domestic industrial capacity, and diversified international partnerships, Indonesia is positioning itself as a central maritime actor in the 21st century, one capable of shaping the security architecture of the Indo-Pacific and asserting a balanced, independent, and confident maritime identity.